at the speed of your latest tweet. So to be able to plan ahead, a company to be able to plan ahead, they are so anxious about that. You've got to show a product on the ground in order to make it. So you guys that are going spec, I think, are going to come out fine. Supply side, we've got Northwest, far Northwest, Paloma Ridge, Aspen Lakes, Frontera Vista, Domain, Quarry Lakes, 4 Points, Research Park 5 and 6, Champions. Big employers like it out there in the Northwest. So call it 2.5 million square feet on a 16 million market. It's 15% added inventory. Southwest, Rollingwood Center, Encino Trace, Capitol Ridge, San Clemente, the Terrace, call that 15% over 8.5 million square foot market in downtown. Colorado Tower, IBC, Greenwater, Seahome, Shoal Creek Walk, 5th in Colorado, 5th in Congress, Rainy Gateway, call that 23% of additional inventory planned or under construction on an 8.5 million square foot market. So when you back into what makes office space lease, it is white collar job growth, if that still exists. There's some collar job growth, and proximity to executive housing, although, as Andrew said, workforce, proximity to workforce is becoming the single most important thing. How am I doing time-wise?
You're fine.
All right, so what do we see going forward? Austin's got all the positives. Still has the quality of life that has been the story of Austin like forever. Probably the reason most of us are here. Continued in-migration of workforce and companies. We continue to benefit from the issues in other parts of the country. Big companies are coming and they attract folks that do business with big companies. So the peripheral companies off of an Oracle or eBay or HDI or whatever expansion, those are additional folks that absorb space. And we've got any economic development guy will tell you, job growth is generated 80 to 90% from existing companies rather than in-migration. In-migration gets a lot of the press, but it's really existing companies growing. Austin benefits 3 ways. We've got a trifecta going on, right? We've got in-migration from California that's not going to stop. We've got a local expansion of existing companies here in spades, and we've got the startup mentality that keeps on growing companies that can go from 0 to 200 employees in less than 5 years. Those are 3 big drivers for office space. The growth is nodal, so you're looking at CBD, Domain, and then just kind of the ring around 620. Traffic is the issue. It's going to continue to further segregate the office markets. Where in other Texas cities, you kind of go across town via the road system. In Austin, it's going to be a big issue for decision making from a company level and from a worker level. So it's something really to take into consideration. So I'm going to finish with 2 things. One is just kind of a little anecdote. So 2 years ago, I'm out in the valley and I'm talking to a broker about what's happening out there. And he says there are 35 companies, 100,000 square feet or more looking for space. Very active. So I come back here, we're still in 210, 211. I see a venture capitalist over at the W, right? Because that's where they hang out, right? The VC's at the W. Anyway, so I see him in the bar at the W and I tell him about my experience. He says, yeah, every California company is trying to figure out their Austin strategy. So what you see coming here has been in the works, and Austin is now very much on the map, and people have to have a presence in Austin, Texas, as well as on the West Coast. That's a big driver. So I'll just finish with what I started with. If you're a landlord and you can make a fair deal, market deal now, make it. Make that deal and don't look back, because as good as this all sounds, there's another side to it. Thank you. Thanks, Elder.
Great. Thanks, Mike.